Welcome to Power Women TV. Today, our guest speaker is Mindy Gibbins Klien.
Hi.
We're bold, brave, seen, heard. We're paid well, bold, brave, seen, heard. We're power women.
I'm a power woman, bold and brave and well paid. Woman, I've seen and heard a great leader. Woman, we're experts and leaders expanding together as woman, connecting and growing, we're powerful. Power women. Be bold, be brave, be seen, be heard, and be paid well.
We are bold, we are brave, and we are well paid. We are Power Women. Welcome to Power Women TV. If this is your first time, make sure that you say hello to us by writing below this video, saying hi. If you're watching this on the recording, we'll come back and we'll see your comments. We thank you for being here. We are here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And today in Power Women TV, we have a very special guest. Now, if you're wondering how you too can be featured in Power Women TV, make sure to visit powerwomenelite.com today. And we'll be talking more about Power Women Elite today in a little bit. But let me introduce myself. I am Evie Hernandez, and I am proud to say that I am a Power Woman, a proud member of Power Women Elite, and the host for Power Women TV. I am also a strategic growth speaker at Bizniversity and bizniversity.com. And today, I am very happy to welcome a very special guest, and that is Mindy Gibbins Klien. Welcome, Mindy.
Hi.
So glad to have you because, I've been looking forward to interviewing you. And funny as it is, I think I told you that when I interviewed the other Mindy in our group, I could have sworn that it was your turn. And yes, I did enjoy interviewing her. And I've been looking forward to interviewing you. So thank you for being here today.
It's my pleasure.
Well, let's begin by you sharing with those who may not know you a little bit about you and your business.
Oh, sure. Thanks a lot. So I've got a marketing and coaching background, but everything turned around when I wrote my first book. And I say it like that. I wrote my first book, sounds so simple, but I made a lot of missteps, a lot of mistakes. It very nearly didn't get published, and the whole thing took me about 10 years. At that point, I realized, wow, this is something that a lot of people want to do, write a book, but that, like me, they're doubtful, they don't know where to start. And I was so glad to have it in print. Everybody started coming to me with the coaching and the marketing and wanting to write books. So the book midwife was born because a lot of people need a helping hand. They need someone to hold their hand to make sure that they actually do write a great book, the book that's inside them, and to bring it out into the world. So the book midwife is our brand. It was born in 2002, so we're 18 years old. And I'm proud to say that myself and the team, we've worked with 1,000 people already to help them plan and write and get published. So it's an honor, and I'm truly humbled and so excited.
That is so cool. And that is such a great topic because, especially us. And congratulations for 1,000 published books, especially us that are Power Women. A lot of us are speakers, authors, coaches, wannabe authors. And so it's so great that you'll be able to share with us your knowledge, your expertise. And I want to remind our Power Women that if you have a question, a comment, please make sure to share it below. And I'll make sure that Mindy answers your questions and we address your comments. So please feel free to do that. So tell us a little bit more about, has your business changed during this time? And if so, how is your business doing right now?
Okay, so over the 18 years, yeah, it has changed. I started out doing one-to-one coaching. I then introduced some group courses, which were really fun because some people prefer to be in a group. You know, you've got community, you've got mutual support, you just feel you're not alone. And so I was doing both of those things. And I never stopped doing the one-to-one coaching because some people just really want that exclusive private experience and they don't want to share their ideas, or they just really want to make sure they get all of my time and attention. So I still do that. People say, oh, you know, you shouldn't trade time for money. Yeah, you should. If you're trading your time for good money and getting a great result. So I still do one-to-one. But the interesting thing is just in the past 6 months with this current situation, you know, and everybody being at home, I've worked with 52 clients in that time. I just had this idea. Actually, it was in Power Women Elite. It was in one of the mastermind breakouts. And, you know, I said, I have to do something. I mean, we're not able to travel. So I said, I think I'm going to run one of my group courses. And I hadn't done it for 5 years. And I was a little bit scared. But I knew I had to do it. And I knew there were people who really wanted to write a book. And I even made it, it's supposed to be 12 weeks. And I said, nah, I said, everybody has more time. We could do it in 8. So I made my first 8-week course. And then I did that 6 times. I'm just running my 6th one. It's mad. It's crazy.
Well, congratulations. And can you tell us a little bit more about those courses? So you're putting these courses, that's how you got 52 clients. And so tell us a little bit more about that. And of course, right there, we are sharing a direct link for anyone who may want to check into it. But tell us a little bit more about it.
All right. Well, the thing is, it doesn't really matter if somebody does private coaching, joins a group program, or looks at the online courses, which is what we're looking at now. There's lots and lots of ways to get help to write a book. The main thing is that if somebody's sitting there wishing and wanting and hoping and saying, yeah, I'm gonna, do it, get help, find a way to do it, and find the best way to get help, because most people who want to write a book, and 8 out of 10 adults want to write a book. 8 out of 10 of us say that we want to write a book, but hardly anybody ever does it. Because, you know, especially women, I have to talk about women because we met through Power Women Elite. And, you know, we're exceptional women. We're brave, we're bold, right? But many women, even despite that, they're like, oh, I don't know if I have enough to say. I mean, that we do need more women writing thought-leading books, but there's things that stop them. And I'm here to help and to help people understand that they don't have to let these things stop them. The kind of, I don't know if I have anything to say. I don't know if I have enough to say. It's a confidence issue, you know? People.
So tell us about that. Why is it that women, in particular, you mentioned women, why is it that we are not writing more books? And then I'll tell you why I haven't written my book.
Oh, no. Well, okay. We've had that chat. But the thing is, in general, women underestimate themselves and their skills and their power. Men tend to, not all, but many men tend to overestimate. So the men appear more confident and they think they can do things that maybe they can't. And the women are perfectly capable, but they think they can't. So this is not unique to books, but it's been proven time and time again. And it's conditioning, isn't it? It's our society kind of, it's been patriarchal for so many generations. I mean, before that, like thousands of years ago, it was matriarchal, but we've kind of forgotten about that. And, you know, it's fine If, men want to build businesses and be leaders and everything, but women as well want to do that. So the conditioning and just the lack of role models. So this is a bit of a cycle, right? A bit of a cycle, because if women don't see other women writing the books, getting into the bestseller lists, winning awards, getting shortlisted, getting into the lineup at major conferences, it's coming. But I mean, you know this as well as I do, Evie. It's not enough. And so then they think, oh, maybe I shouldn't even bother because, I'm not going to have a chance. So that's kind of sad as well. And then there are some practical things, and I have to be careful here because sometimes, I'm talking to women and they're like, well, I'm not married, I don't have kids, I'm not juggling, but many women are. So juggling, or, the work-life balance thing is a reality, because it's the way society is set up at the moment. But in many cases, if the woman is running her business, she's also kind of the main person who's looking after the house, the household, the kids, the cooking, just making sure everything's running. And so it's a time thing. It's real that we don't always have as much time as our male counterparts.
Wow, I think those are all, I would totally agree. I mean, I'm not in the author field, and I think those are valid reasons, and not only for why we don't write, but why women in general, we don't do a lot of things. And, and I know I share this with you. And what can we do to encourage women then to write and write more? I mean, I know that one of the things that I teach is, that we should write, and, and so how can we encourage that? How can we encourage women? Tell me, because
Thank you. Thank you for using one of my favorite words, and it's also part of my core process. Which is a bit of a process, is encouraging spirit. So you've now used the word encourage, which is core to what I'm all about. I do want to encourage women and everybody really to write that book that's inside them. I'll just tell you a very short story. A friend of mine sent a text. You might have seen my Facebook post the other day. And she was distraught and in tears. She said, my lovely sister has died. I'm heartbroken. She wanted to write a book. Now, I had met that sister, and I just felt so sorry for my friend, who'd lost her sister. But also, I remember my dear friend, Dan Pointer, who also is no longer with us. He and I used to teach classes, and he used to say, don't die with that book still in you. So, I mean, that's about legacy. That's about sharing your message while there's still time. But let's not be so dramatic about it. Let's just think about giving back. The reason why I do a lot of writing and speaking in schools and a lot of pro bono work is to give back and to inspire people, especially the next generation, because everybody's kind of finding their way, and especially at this time, it's very uncertain. So, if we have something to say that can help people, we're doing them a disservice if we don't find a way to share it. I believe there's always a way to put your message together in a way that helps others. I know this is what I do. This is, when I work with people, this is what we focus on. What is the best way to package up that message so that when it gets in the hands of those people, that they really benefit. And it's a communication. It's that's your gift to people. So if that doesn't encourage you, I don't know what will.
Wait, wow. Pegeen, our fearless leader here at Power Women Worldwide, she always says that I have these moments. And let me tell you something, you just touched me. Because I'm going to confess, because we've had this conversation that I said I wasn't ready to write a book yet, because I was only thinking that I can write a business book. Mm-hmm. And one of my mentors, not our fearless leader, Pegeen, but someone else, a male, we've talked about it, said to me, unless you have something very compelling to write about, you shouldn't just write and be quoting everybody. We talked about this.
Well, that's true. That is true, Evie.
Yes.
But
And you said something, and it's funny because one of our amazing power women, Lisa, who we also interviewed here, talked about how she really encourages people to write also, and to write things that are kind of like, for me, were fearful. And now when you started saying that, I started saying, wait a minute, I don't have to write a business book. I can write about different stories of things in my life, of things that I've gone through, from poverty to being abused, to living in a home where there was a lot of abuse, to living where I live now, and really give a lot of hope to other Latinas who perhaps are like me, who grew up in what we used to call the projects, now the federal housing. And you know what? You really have touched me.
you really should do it, my darling. You should do it because
Thank you.
it's not, you know what? It's not about you, or like, a lot of people get so caught up in their head and, thinking, oh, like I said, do I know enough? Am I good enough writer? And all this chatter going on. And what we do at the Book Midwife is very gently work around those things. Those things are always going to be there. We're always going to have doubts and fears and thoughts. But it's about having that bigger vision, having a purpose, and tying what you're doing into something important. And no, it doesn't have to be a business book. I mean, I call the books that I work on expertise books, but your expertise could be getting out of the projects and turning your life into a miracle, which you have. Your expertise, your experience has value in it for people who are still struggling and searching. And that's, your book becomes a bridge. There's so much I could talk to you for hours about why a book isn't just a book. A book is a key that opens the door for you and for someone else. A book is a baby that needs to be nurtured. A book is definitely a bridge. I could go on, but I won't. We have some more.
I'm getting it. And like, you've touched me and you've kind of convinced me to go the other way. And I get it, because even for me, I never birthed children, but 10 years ago, I birthed my first DVD, audio, ebook. So I get it. I get it, that it is like birthing, a child, even though I've never had children. And now I want to know, so you've been working with like 58 different people, men and women, is that?
Yeah. So I don't only work with women. Men find it really funny when they come along to the Book Midwife and they're like, ha, 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 I've got a midwife. Great, whatever. It's a metaphor. It happens to be our global trademarked brand, which we're very proud of. But so there should be a little R after that, midwife. But now
it totally made sense to me. You see, when you talk about birthing, it totally makes sense to me, and it's so funny.
People get it.
Begin wrote something there. I forgot what she wrote. But I love that. And so of these 58 people, like, what usually happens? Like, what happens next? Like, are most of them now going into publishing that book? And that's where now you're offering a course, but you also publish it for
I have a publishing company that is absolutely brilliant. I don't think we have time to show it all, but I'm always happy to have a chat with people about it. Panoma Press. Panoma is all about books that change lives. That's our strap line. And the thing about it is, another thing that I've developed recently, just 18 months ago, is, thank you, Peggy's on it, she's on it. Panoma Press, our mission is that 80% of the books we publish are authored by people from underrepresented groups, because, and we're talking about women tonight, but equally, I'm talking about people from minority groups, Black and minority ethnic, disabled people, LGBTQ+, millennials, older people, anybody who is a bit different, a bit alienated, a bit marginalized, and who feels that left to chance, they're not given a fair chance. Well, we give them a chance because we're trying to redress the balance. We're trying to level that playing field by over prioritizing, and I say this completely unapologetically, that we want to give more chances and more opportunities to people from those groups until we have a completely level playing field. So I won't stop, and we are here to make sure that those voices are heard. And tonight we're talking about women writing thought-leading books. Women are thought leaders as well. They just need to step up, and we're here to embrace them and take them on that journey and give them that spotlight that they richly deserve.
I love that. So let me get it. You have a course, you do one-on-one coaching, and you help people to actually go ahead and publish the book, right? Did I miss anything? Is there another service that you provide that I missed?
Well, a full service publishing company, I'm smiling, but it's actually a very serious thing. When you're thinking about publishing, don't just think print it and get it on Amazon. Because, I mean, yes, you got to get the books printed and get on Amazon, but there's about, 3,000 other things that you could and should be doing. So a proper publisher is going to have global distribution. They're going to be looking after you. They're going to be trying to get translation editions. I was going to bring all the books here to show, but it's a small screen. So I can tell you we've done over 100 translation deals. Very exciting for people who want to be global thought leaders. I want more women to be doing that. We've just had 2 offers last week for one of our female authors, and it's really exciting when that happens. And then they're asked to do videos in different language. Well, the videos are translated. So yes, I mean,
that is awesome.
Making a decision to write it, that's the first thing.
Yeah, and you know what? You're inspiring. You're inspiring me, because now I just told you that I can think about something else. And then in the future, I'm going to write about the woman who brought me back to my power, which ended up being a woman who has many, many definitions for me: power, peace, and that's Pegeen. And so someday I'll write a book about how Pegeen has impacted my life, and talking about, because really I just thought about that as you were saying, who ended up being my cousin, how small the world is.
No, that is amazing. Look at our beautiful books that are showing up. Welcome Home, that was just on the screen. Welcome Home just won the Janie Loves Prize this past week.
I love that.
Silent Voice was just launched this week. The Spark to Your Success is all about empowering teens. All 3 of those are female authors. There's it's so, I get goosebumps when I look at it. I
want to ask you though, because I just said that you inspire me not to just write one book now, but 2. And I talked to you that my second book may be a dedication to Pegeen, because my first book, and I'm going to go into that with a question that I want to ask you, because my first book, one of my uncles, probably the only person who ever thought that I would really write a book, passed before I was able to write it. But he would always ask me whenever he would see me, he was like, Evie, how is that book going? So I know that my first book is going to be dedicated to Mom and to my Tio Edwin. I know that Edwin Echevarria. So I'm dedicated to that. And then talking about the second book that you just helped me to come up with, how my life has come back full circle and I'm learning. Pegeen, empower women. I know that you too have been influenced in a powerful way. Can you please share what being part of this amazing Power Women community with our leader, Pegeen, has helped you and impact your life and your business?
Absolutely. So I've known Pegeen ever since we were in the Latina speakers group, and we have seen each other here and there over the years. But when she started Power Women, I joined. And when she started Power Women Elite, I think I was in the very first group or the second group. I've been in it a year. And honestly, as I say, I've developed this mastermind of trusted women. I look forward to it. I try to, it's a different time for me because I'm currently in the UK. So, but no matter what time I'm there. Last year, I had to join from 10 p.m. till midnight, my time, but I was there because it's so important to connect with like-minded women who have a big heart. Obviously, it starts with Pegeen, and everybody who follows her and connects with her, and we get to connect with each other because we're connected at the heart level. So I found that, and I just found it was easy to talk to these fellow speakers and women who, are trying to do something important in the world, who have a voice. And I just felt like I found my tribe. So when the pandemic hit and I had to fly back really quickly from New York to the UK, I flew back on the Monday, and on the Tuesday, the very next day, I was kind of, deer in the headlights, like everyone was. Mm-hmm. And I was in a little group of 3, and I will never forget it because I said, I feel like I should create my group course, or like it was so uncertain what this year was going to be like. And the ladies there said, oh yeah, that sounds great, do it. And they gave me ideas, and we, I said, okay, and I will never forget that, because the next week I said, well, I've launched it. And, everybody had my back. Everybody was supportive. And if there's women out there feeling like they don't have that kind of network of support, like they don't have, the powerful female, beautiful, brave and bold sisters around them, come check it out. We'd love to see more amazing women in Power Women Elite. So I'm really, really, really grateful. And, it's just a beautiful part of my life. And that's how we met. And yeah, on and on.
That is so awesome. And for those of you who are watching this on the replay, powerwomenelite.com is the place where you want to be. And, we mentioned part of what is offered is this amazing mastermind. And of course, Mindy, when you get to have that coaching time with Pegeen, which you can only get under this amazing, unbelievable price that she offers. And Pegeen just gets these like downloads, right? Like she gets these downloads. I don't know where she gets them from heaven, I don't know. She gets these downloads when she's doing her coaching, which is amazing. And then, of course, she offers us the sales tips, which, I commented this week. I absolutely loved this past Tuesday because I felt like she was speaking to me, and many times that's how I feel. So if you're watching us on the replay, please make sure you check out, because after all, it's only $47 a month. And I know right now, you may not be going out to fancy restaurants, so that could be a lunch or, a dinner for yourself. And one of the advantages is not only will your business grow, but you're going to grow as a woman leader. And you're going to be able to write books with Mindy. Write books. How was it that you put that are leading?
A thought-leading book. And we need more thought-leading books by the women.
Thought-leading books. I love that, Mindy. Yeah. Mindy, are there any last-minute words that you want to say? As always, when I do these interviews, I feel that we can go on and on. And, you have inspired me today. And I think anyone watching is going to check out your website, and they're going to reach out to you, because you have definitely encouraged me, not just to write one book today, but perhaps even 2. So give us a few last minute words of advice, of encouragement for women who are thinking, yes, I want to write, but.
Like, where do I start? Well, you start by putting a big smile on your face. I'm talking to everybody watching now, and just breathing in some air and saying, you know what? Yes, I can do this. I do have something to say. Now, obviously, you can get help to make sure you craft it and make sure that you know what wants to be in the book and what's going to be out and what, how it's going to turn out. All of that's really important, but that's what we're here for. Me and my team, we would love to work with you to make sure that you write a great book, because what we do is we help good people write really great books.
Oh, I love that. Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank everyone for watching. My name is Evie Hernandez, and I am a strategic growth speaker at Bizniversity. And also I am a strategic growth speaker at the upcoming Bizniversity Speakers Growth Summit. You can check out SGS 2020 to join us. If you're a speaker, an author, a course creator, go to sgs2020.com today and join us on Thursday, October 29th. Also, I have another Facebook Live that I'm doing right after this one at 7 p.m. right on our Biz University Facebook page called Live Biz TV, where we talk about all things growing your business online. For now, I want to say thank you to our awesome guest, Mindy. And I want to remind all of you watching that we have open arms and are waiting for you to come join this Power Women Elite group. All you have to do is go to powerwomenelite.com today. It's month to month. Try it. You have nothing to lose. Pegeen and all of us are looking forward to meeting you, connecting with you. So make sure to go to powerwomenelite.com. I want to thank Pegeen, our fearless leader, for developing this amazing powerwomenelite.com group. And I want to say thank you and remind you, please be here again next Thursday at 7 p.m. and continue subscribing to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of these. For now, this is Evie Hernandez saying thank you, and we'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Thank you.